Welcome to another live one-on-one notary coaching with me, Mark Wills. I teach the loan signing system. I teach signing agents how to make money in this amazing industry, the marketing, the how-to, all of the above. I'm so glad you're here. If you happen to be watching this on replay, remember, every single one of these are recorded every single week. They either live in my Instagram newsfeed or head over to my YouTube channel and you'll see every single one of these recorded for your viewing pleasure. And every single one of these are amazing. So if you have time, jump on my YouTube channel, watch so much information because they are jam-packed with actionable items to help you grow your loan signing agent business. So how this works, if you are watching this live, is I want you to go right here, click the add camera button. All we do is talk about your notary signing agent issues, problems, anything you're experiencing, I'm going to help you with. It is first come, first serve. How's everybody doing? Let's go! So glad to be on with you every single Monday. I do this. We are live, baby. What's going on, man?
Hey, Mark. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for allowing me to join in. And I was not expecting this at all. I'm literally printing out loan docs as we speak.
You are printing out loan docs as we speak. Everybody here,
I
you're
am.
making money. I tell people the sound of your printer printing loan docs is the closest thing we'll ever get to the sound of printing money. So I am so excited for you. Okay, so let's talk, man. Where are you from and any problems? Let's do some coaching.
Yeah. Hey, I'm right here based in the city of Montebello, which is just 15 minutes away from downtown LA. And I've been on this journey with you as well, because I've actually listened to you from the very beginning through a colleague of mine. His name is Daniel Potash here in the Downey area. And, I'm just trying to make this my full livelihood. And I started part-time. I used to be a locksmith before by trade. I did it for 15, 18 years, rekey locks, anything with that. And now I'm a dedicated full-time mobile notary loan signing agent.
Well, man, I'm here to help you, bro. So is there anything you want to talk through? I mean, it's coaching one-on-one. Talk to me. I'm juiced for you. I'm excited for you. But yeah, let's talk about some coaching. I mean, where are you stuck? Where would you want some help? Talk to me.
To be honest with you, I'm trying to definitely make more of my business direct. I do have a mixture of both. I would say about 50-50 right now. So if I get about 20, I'm gonna say 10 signings a week, which is right now what I'm doing. 5 of them are direct, 5 of them are loan signing services.
Let me stop you real quick. So let's get some coaching here.
Sure.
So let me ask you a couple questions before I get to some coaching is, how come your business isn't more direct? I mean, you're 50-50. I'm proud of the direct business, but why isn't it more than 50%? What's the sticking point is what I'm trying to figure out on where I can coach you? Because look, what I hear is someone who knows how to get direct business. I hear someone who has success to getting direct business. So my question to you is, what's holding you back from going from 50 to 100%? What's that sticking point so I can help you through that?
Sure. I feel like my current direct clients, they do use me, but I have a hunch that I'm not their preferred notary still. And I'm still trying to deepen that relationship. So my question is, any tips you can help me on deepening that relationship aside from the, superficial, hey, how are you? How's the day type of thing.
Okay. I love it. Great question, man. And I love that. There's a couple different ways I want to coach you on this. First thing is, there's a couple questions people are asking is what is your average income doing 10 signings a week?
Right now I'm averaging between $1,000 to $1,700.
I mean, man, that's a $60,000 to $65,000 a year business. I'm so excited for you.
I'm so happy too.
If all that was direct, I mean, you'd be at 100 grand a year. Would you not be?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely, Mark. Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about that, right? And so, I mean, look, what you have to understand, I hope everyone's listening to me, is the key to business is stop making business relationships business. A business relationship should and will be personal. Does that make sense? So you're asking me, Mark, how do I deepen a relationship and stop making it surface level? Why aren't you asking out one of your clients out for like drinks on Friday night, happy hour, or maybe going on a hike, with you and your wife on Saturday morning. Like, why are you stuck on this fact that I can't make this business relationship personal? So the answer to your question is, stop asking surface level things. Stop saying, hey, how are you? They're like, hey, you know, how was your soccer practice weekend? Oh, my kids were doing this. Oh, my wife's doing this. Oh, whatever. Like, the moment you stop making the conversations business-like is the moment the conversations become real. Does that make sense?
Yes, Mark, it does.
And so that's the answer to your question. You know, how do you make your deeper relationship is you're making it surface level. Does that make sense?
Sure, sure, it does.
And I think that's a little bit of when you're a new business owner, you almost feel like, well, it's unprofessional to tell them about my bad day. It's unprofessional to tell them about how I got a flat tire. It's unprofessional to tell them like how my wife and I are going out to Ruth Chris for her anniversary, right? It's an unprofessional, but the moment you realize it's not unprofessional, but it's actually creating an authentic relationship. You with me on that answer?
I do. I
So
do. Make it more definitely more authentic, more personal. You know, ask questions about what the things that maybe that they like. You know, like you said, maybe their kids, their family relationships.
Right.
Definitely.
So the coaching is you're making the relationships impersonal because they're not sharing anything with you because you're not sharing anything about yourself. And so maybe it isn't like, hey, how are your kids? And that question seems to be out of the blue. Maybe it's more talking about something personal with you. Does that make sense? The moment you take a relationship from business to personal is the moment it becomes deeper. So stop making things so surface level. Start making things more personable. And they're going to want to do more business with you. The reason that you're number 2 or 3 or the backup is probably because you are still just a notary and you're not a friend. The key from going from the 3rd position to the 1st position is making a real authentic relationship. Does that make sense? They want to get to know you. You're just not allowing them to get to know you. And so therefore they feel weird to say anything personal because you haven't said anything personal. Build relationships through authenticity, and then your business will grow. You'll go from the 3 slot to the 1 slot. Right now, it's not, because the only reason you're getting repeat business is because you're not making errors. So you know that you're a good notary. That's not in question. So how does a notary go from the 3rd position to the 1st position? It's by creating real personal relationship. It's not doing the job better because you're already doing the job good enough to get the phone calls. You're just not getting the number 1 slot because you're choosing to keep the relationship all business. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So
Yes,
stop trying to teeter on the side of professional and start making it more personal. That's the coaching I want to give you today. And that is the key on making a business relationship deeper and not so surface level. How was that coaching today?
That's awesome. Awesome, Mark. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll definitely implement that beginning of this week now.
Hey, I'm proud of you, brother, man. Hey, the key here in next quarter is wrapping up Q1 is, to get through more direct business. So start digging deeper, not so go so wider, and build your business. Let's go.
Thank you, Mark.
Man. Proud of you, brother, man. Proud. So my biggest takeaway from Eric's conversation is to realize that, we have to stop making business be professional and start making business be personable. The professionalism that we show should come in the act of doing a signing. The professionalism that you show is showing up on time. It's treating your signers with dignity, treating your signers with professionalism. But when it comes to building the relationship with your client, that should be a personal relationship. They should know when you're having a bad day. They should know when you're having a good day. They should know when you're having a flat tire. They should know where you guys have in common. The professionalism lies in the execution of what you're hired for. You don't need to take the relationship and keep it so business level that they don't even know you have 2 children or that you had a flat tire going to an appointment today. So the key to building real relationships is just be authentic, be you, and you'll see the dynamic change between you and your client. Now, I'm not saying that needs to change between you and the signer. When you're at a signing appointment, you keep that professional. Make sure you're doing a good job. Make sure you're showing up on time. Make sure you have lines of communications. But the relationship with your client should be real and authentic. And the signing agents who understand that are the signing agents who make a ton of money. I see a lot of questions happening in the comments. I'm not answering questions in the comments. Don't be shy. Break out of your comfort zone. hit the little add camera button. Let's have a conversation. It was so good to talk to Eric, and I want to talk to you. So let's go with Sabrina. Hope everyone's having a phenomenal Monday. I thought, what a great conversation to talk to Eric about how to deepen relationships and really make, oh, what's up, what's up?
I didn't even mean to get on here.
Oh, is that bad that you're on here?
I'm just shy. I don't know.
Stop
My
being
phone
so
didn't
shy.
work. I haven't gone direct yet. Well, I haven't done anything yet. I'm waiting on my business cards. I've got everything, like literally everything set up.
Okay.
But I don't want to go through the signing agencies because I want to go to do direct.
Good.
But it's very nerve-wracking.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about it. Okay, so first off, what's your name and where are you from?
Sabrina Campbell, and I'm in Kansas.
Okay, Sabrina, I'm so glad you're here. You're a loan signing system student, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So make sure you join the Missouri and Kansas Facebook group because we have an amazing ambassador in Kansas. We'll make sure you tap into your network there because like I tell all you students, I know the macro way of building.
There might be a meeting coming up.
Exactly. So get to it, girl. Okay.
Yeah, I accepted, like I pressed the request for that too. So
good. Okay. I want to coach you. I want to coach you. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. No, go on.
What?
No, go on. What are you gonna say?
Well, I just wanted to like there's, so I got the only thing that I worry, like my biggest worry, well, besides screwing up, is like not knowing about, like I downloaded that page separator thing, learning that, and then like how do you know the exact drop-off times for like FedEx? Okay,
so let me give you a couple things. Make sure you're asking these in the Facebook group, because that's what that's for. Okay, but I'm going to answer them real quickly. I want to give you some really good coaching right now. That's what these one-on-one coaching are for. But some of the technical questions, girl, that's what the Facebook group for. Tag me, okay? Or make sure you ask the questions in your localized group too. So a lot of the X's and O's are very easy to answer. I can answer that in 3 sentences on a Facebook post. When I want to do some macro coaching, okay? First thing is, remember, before I get into my macro coaching, is, you know, you do not need page separator if you have a dual tray printer. You only need page separator. You only need page separator if you have a single tray printer. So I just want to make sure I communicate that. The X's and O's on that, ask that in the Facebook group, tag me, I'll get you the answer. But I want to coach you something more macro, right? You said you're nervous. You said that you want to go direct and so I want to coach you on how to get through your nerves and how to understand that we're all on the same journey. Okay.
Yeah.
The first thing is, the first thing about understanding your nerves is your nerves will never go away. That's literally step number 1. Because when you accept the fact that I'm always going to be nervous, you then have to say, okay, well, how am I going to get through the nerves? So a lot of time new signing agents wait for the nerves to get less, and that never happens. And guess what happens? They never do anything. So step 1, Sabrina, is to make sure that you understand they're never going away. It's accepting that the fact that I'm just going to have to do it nervous. Does that make sense? Okay. So nerves will never go away. The reason we get less nervous at something is through experience. Experience is our best teacher. You cannot be good at something you've never done. I can teach you how to shoot a free throw, but until you shoot a free throw in a gym with 5,000 people, you're going to be nervous. Repetition is the mother of learning. So that's the second thing to understand. Okay. Now, the first thing to understand, nerves will never go away. Next thing is really accepting there's a learning curve. Right? What I tell all you students is successful people, it's not that they don't get nervous. It's not that they're not scared. It's that successful people understand they have to be brave enough to suck at something new. A lot of people aren't willing to go through the suck to get good.
I don't like to suck.
I know.
Like, I'm like, so like,
okay, but hold on.
Perfectionist.
Okay, so so you know what a perfectionist really is a word for? Insecurity. See, the reason perfectionists are perfectionists is because they're insecure to get judged. They're insecure to do something wrong. So what you have to understand is the perfectionist in you is really someone who's afraid of tackling their nerves. So your job is understanding that you cannot get good at something until you do that something. And like I told you, successful people, it isn't that successful people are better than you. They just do it scared. They just do it nervous. They understand there's something called a learning curve. Perfectionists are afraid of the learning curve.
I think
Your
for
job,
me,
go on.
it's not as much as like getting out there to do direct. It's more of like if they, like, I know that in the system it teaches us if we're doing direct, a lot of times we have to do packaging. And of course, not doing packaging, like, of course I'm brand new, so
Right.
that's, I think that's what worries, like, I
Well,
think
what worries
my nerves
you?
as far as marketing
Hold on. What worries you is getting something wrong.
Yeah.
And you need to understand that it's okay to get something wrong when you're learning for the first time.
Yeah.
Every step of this, everything in this conversation is what I hear is excuses, but not reasons. Right? And that's normal, by the way. Your job is to have a light bulb to go off right now that, A, it's okay if I make a mistake, I'll fix it.
Yeah.
You are trying to be good at something you've never done. Like, you have to learn how to work through that process, right? You're a perfectionist. You're not a perfectionist. You're insecure about other people judging if you get something wrong. You get something wrong, guess what? You're never going to do that thing wrong again. And that's part of embracing a learning curve. Is this clicking a little bit?
Yeah.
You have, it's like, so my students, and by the way, you're not alone. A lot of my new students are so scared of saying the script for one time because they might jumble the script. Okay. The successful signing agent goes, look, I might stink at the script the first time, but I have to be terrible at it before I'm good at it. That's part of a learning curve. Like, when you started driving your car, you were scared to death. You're like, oh my God, is it my turn on the four-way stop? Am I gonna kill somebody? Like, but you did it scared, and guess what? You got good at it. The reason you did it scared is because you knew there was no other way to get to point B if I didn't learn how to drive. So you force yourself to do it scared because there was no other option. That's how you have to treat this business. It's like, I have no other option to get direct business but doing it scared. I have no other option of getting direct business without being maybe not so hot at the script the first time. The only reason you decided to drive scared was because you knew there was no other option. You convinced yourself, look, I got to do it if I'm going to learn how to drive because I can't get to work. I can't go somewhere if I don't learn how to drive. My same thing is you cannot build this business unless you do it nervous. But here's the best part. It's not going to be as scary as you think. It's all the thoughts in your head that are making it bigger than it is, which again is normal.
You mentioned like not to do, like you shouldn't do packaging if you're new.
Okay. And so what I mentioned is you shouldn't do anything that you haven't taken reps with. So do reps at your house. Do reps, like package, do mock signings. You can do everything at your house. You should never do something you've never done before, but you should practice doing mock packaging. You should practice doing mock signings. Like, look, you should do with a spouse, brother, sister, mother, a signing, a reverse mortgage signing, an ARM signing, a HELOC signing, a refinance. That's how you get something. But so many of my new students, you want to be good at something you've never done. And so start doing it. You can do mock signings. So I'm going to end with this.
I didn't think about doing the packaging at home beforehand. Yeah.
It's everything you should be doing. Like the script, you should be doing the script on signing services before you go direct. You should be doing the script on your friend before you go it on the signing service. Your job is to just get reps in. Repetition is the mother of learning.
Yeah.
And you got to do it scared. You got to do it nervous, man. Because the first thing on doing it scared is remembering it's never going to go away. Ever. Ever. Like, girl, my first conference, I had 100 people there. Like, I was scared to death. Like, yo, 100 people. And now I did it in front of 1,200. But my point is, every time I'm scared. But I do it scared in order to get good. I've never did Facebook Lives before a loan signing system. The first couple times I was on camera, like, this is weird. I'm staring at myself. Like, I just had to get the bugs and work it out before I got good at it. So I believe in you. I need you to believe in you. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the key. The key to doing it scared is understanding that you're ready for the moment. That's the key. Now, while you're ready for the moment, you just can't expect to be perfect at the moment. Those are two different mind thoughts. Does that make sense? You got to be like, look, I'm not going to be great at doing the script. Okay. Work out. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be great at my first signing until I am that signing. You just got to keep doing it and doing it until you do it great. Believe in yourself. I'm going to end with this. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
I need you to understand me on this. Too many times, new students are just humans. Confuse the feeling of being nervous with not being prepared. Nervous is its own set of feelings, and being not prepared is another set of feelings. We confuse those. We feel like, oh, I'm nervous. That must mean I'm not ready. No, you're ready. You're prepared. You're just scared to make a mistake. Being scared to make a mistake is a good thing. It's going to make you quadruple check your work. So my point is this, is remember, when you're nervous, it doesn't mean you're not ready. Okay? You're ready. You just haven't done it before. You're going to get good by doing it. So I believe in you. I need you to start believing in yourself, and let's go.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. I'll talk to you soon. And remember, any technical questions, hit me up in the Facebook group. Ask me at Mark Wills. I got your back, girl.
Okay, thanks.
All right, I'll see you on the flip side.
Babe.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so I think the biggest takeaway from that conversation, in my opinion, is because every step of the way we get nervous, right? There's some of you right now who have done 500 signings with signing services, and you're like, well, Mark, I'm scared about going direct. So nerves don't go away as you're scaling your business. Nerves will always be there, but my point I'm trying to make is understand that being nervous doesn't mean you're not ready. So many of you are like, I feel nervous, and so therefore I'm not going to go market direct. I feel nervous, so I'm not going to go to a networking event. I feel nervous, so I'm not going to go walk into an open house. I feel nervous, so I'm not going to hit my friend on Facebook who's constantly posting her listings about her open houses. You're ready. You're scared about making a mistake. You got to understand that you have to work through the nerves to get good at something you've never done. When it clicks that nerves just means you don't want to make a mistake, but it does not mean you're not ready. You will build this business. Let's go. What an amazing Monday. Hello, everybody. For some of you guys, like, who's this guy clapping a lot? My name is Mark Wills. I teach notary publics how to make money as loan signing agents and what I call the best kept secret in real estate. Every single home where you live has to have a notary to close, period. It's the best kept secret in America, in my opinion, for businesses, because everybody wants to be a realtor. Everybody wants to be a loan officer. Meanwhile, these notaries are just crushing it appointment by appointment, making $100, $90, $150 for watching somebody sign their name over and over and over and over. If you love this business as much as I do, drop me some fire emojis in the comments below. Let's get to the next coaching call. Where are you in your journey?
Well, I just finished the training not too long ago, and then I'm just getting my material together so I can start my marketing.
I love it. Okay, so you're a loan signing system student, it sounds like?
Excuse me?
Are you a loan signing system student?
Yes, I am.
Oh, girl, I'm so happy. Thank you. I'm giving you a hug. Glad you're part of the familia. There's the $1 million smile I was waiting for.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so kind of next steps, right? I want to make sure that you understand that it's better to be productive than busy, right? I know a lot of new signing agents get a little bit nervous, so they start doing, oh, Mark, I need my business cards. Oh, I need this. I need that. Instead of taking those action steps to move your business forward, right? So what I would tell you to do is don't forget you should be signing up with all the databases. Once you sign up with the databases, remember you got to sign up for all the signing services. There's over 300 of them. Once you sign up for all the 300 signing services, then you want to practice the script by calling the signing services up, asking for them to prefer you in your area. Once you get kind of the script down, you're like, all right, Mark, I understand it. These points resonate with me. These points don't resonate with me. Okay, now the script sounds like more of my voice. Now you're ready to take that to the direct level, right? Then you start going to open houses. You start talking to your friends who are in real estate. Then you start going to the title company. So remember, just make sure you're following the system incrementally to where you want to go. Databases, signing services, call the signing services up. Then you're ready to go direct because you said the script a few hundred times and you're ready to rock and roll. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
All right. You got a beautiful smile. The whole town where you live needs to feel your energy, girl. All right. Remember, nobody knows you're a notary if you don't tell them. Say that with me.
No one knows I'm a notary unless I tell them.
That's right, girl. So your job is to figure out all the title companies, realtors, lenders, escrow companies in your area and start making a list and start doing what you do best. And that's believing in you and knowing you can build this business and you're the best option for them for their notary signing agent needs. We can do that?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
I'm glad you accidentally hung out with me for a couple minutes. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so my biggest takeaway for that for the newer students is just follow what's in the course. Everything's laid out strategically for you. You got databases, signing services, use a script, good, suck over the phone, go direct, and let's build a business, baby. Oh, my man.
Hey, what up?
What up, dog? How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you, man? How's everything?
Good. All right, tell everybody your name, where you're from, and let's rock.
I'm Julius. I'm from New York. I'm in an attorney state. I haven't gotten started with loan signing yet. I got my notary. I'm going to take the course next. I'm actually a home inspector as well. So that was my question for you, Mark.
Yeah.
I know you can use, because I watch all your YouTube videos and stuff, you can use real estate agents as marketing boy. I was wondering, since I'm a home inspector, and I have clients too that come to me, can I use that as well and say, hey, you know, it was good working with you, doing your home inspection. You know, I want to be your loan signing. I want to be there at the closing table with you, and then get it that way as well?
Yes and no. So the best way is, I don't know the home inspector industry, so let me ask a couple questions. Who is hiring you to do the home inspection? So are you getting that lead directly from a realtor or a lender? How does that work?
So the client contacts me directly. Some realtors refer me already.
Okay. So the realtors are who you want to go to.
Okay.
So I think it's a very easy conversation. You're like, hey, I love all the home inspector business you give me. You know my work ethic's there. You know I show up on time, right? Edify all the things you did great as a home inspector. You know I gave you the report accurately. You know I didn't mess up. I didn't make any errors. Well, I'm taking all of those skill sets, and I'm also going to be a loan signing agent, right? And so when you get my course, I'll teach you how to have that conversation. But the segueing is really simple because you've already proven that you're competent, right? You've already proven that you show up on time. You've already proven you can execute. So just enter the conversation with how great that experience went, and then remind them like how I gave you a report on time, I didn't make any errors, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I went above and beyond in the home inspection. You know, I was crawling up in the attic. I was showing you all the dry rot. My point is kind of don't forget to hit home on all the things that make you a great home inspector, because those also bleed into being a good signing agent, right? Attention to detail, showing up on time, going above and beyond. So talk about how you did that on this side of the business. It will equate to this side of the business. And then you can kind of morph into that. Oh, I'm also now doing another part of the real estate transaction. I'm a loan signing agent. And then I'll teach you how to kind of turn that conversation into business. But yes, you should be making a list of all the realtors, lenders, because the home buyer itself is kind of a dead end, because they may do one closing every 5 years, you know what I mean? Where the realtor's doing 5 closings a month. And so you want to make sure you're funneling to the right person. Did I help you at all with that?
No, that was great. Thank you. You hit it on. I appreciate it.
But I'll tell you too, excited about having you as a student, man, is, we have New Yorkers crushing it. If you on my YouTube channel, you've seen the conversation with Beatrice out in Bronx. My point is we have a bunch of signing agents in New York. I'm going to have you connect with those New Yorkers. So you're not going to feel like an island by yourself.
No, I already, I reached out to them, and they're very helpful to the community. So that's great.
Well, it's a loan signing system way, man. And when you get up and running and someone reaches out to you, you're going to pay that forward. That's how I've kind of built the community. So I'm excited for you, man. New York's a great market. And remember, the only reason an attorney state's different than an escrow state is the attorney will have a notary in office. Usually they only have one notary in office, which means that notary can only do one appointment. So they still hire out mobile closers, okay? And so don't get discouraged. I'm an attorney state. The only difference is an attorney state has notaries in-house. But, if an attorney has 2 closings at 2 and 3:30, that's one notary can't be in all places at once. So I think there's a little axiom about, it's an attorney state. Well, okay, cool. Yes, they do have notaries in office, but it's usually one. They don't have like 7 on staff. Does that make sense?
No.
And so sometimes you're going to walk into an attorney's office and they're going to be like, yo, I have an in-house notary. You're like, well, cool. If your one in-house notary is booked, or if you don't want to send your in-house notary to a 7 o'clock after hours, I'm your guy. So there's a lot of misnomers about like an attorney state being hard, and it isn't really outside of that. They do have a notary in office, but you're just gonna get the overflow from that one notary. Does that make sense? Because that one notary can't be everywhere, obviously. So don't get discouraged. You got a big network out there, man, and I'm excited to have you on board, bro.
All right, thanks, Mark. Thanks,
man. Let's go.
Appreciate you.
No, you're welcome. My biggest takeaway from that conversation was leveraging whatever you currently do to the signing agent business. So even like Julius, who had contacts, realtors contacts, I want to take this conversation a little bit of a right turn, but hear me on this. So even though he literally had title contacts, let's say that you should always be bringing in whatever your current job is and your skill set from that job and how that can apply to be a signing agent. So follow me on this. Let's say you're a teacher, right? You're like, oh, well, I'm a teacher. I do this part-time, but look, I got to have patience as a teacher, man. Trying to get a bunch of third graders to pay attention to me is like herding cats, which, by the way, sometimes getting a borrower to do the same thing. Like, I'm really good at explaining things. I'm really good at instructions because that's all part of my teaching background. So don't be afraid to bring in whatever experience you have. Let's say you're an accountant. Wow, so I used to be an accountant. I really love numbers. I pay attention to detail. So your point is to make sure that you bring in whatever work experience you have and tie that into what makes you a great signing agent. Now, like Julius, if you have experience working with them previously, bring in specifically the attributes you had from that current experience you had working together and remind them of what makes you great, and that remind them experience that they had with you. Hope that helps, because I thought that was a great tidbit. My biggest takeaway from that. All right, who do we got next? We got Sandra coming up. Great conversation all the way from New York. We got people all over the country, New York, Kansas, California, bringing the heat today. How's everybody doing? What's going on? I think we have Sandra. Are you there, Sandra? I see something, Sandra.
Listen, Mark, I'm a student. I signed up and I was so excited. And I was going through the course and I took the exam and I got an 86. And after that, I just stopped doing everything.
Well, let me just say this. Slow is a speed, okay? So, I mean, your journey's the way it's supposed to unfold. You get the course forever, okay? What I tell every student is that, mortgages aren't going away anytime soon, girl. You know what I mean? So jumping back into the course is good. And remember that, like, if it takes you a year to get through the course, it takes you a year. Like, no one's judging you. You know what I mean? Opportunity's there. I mean, education is power only if it's applied. So I would just jump back in the course, get back on. And what I tell every student, whether they're like you, who've been there, who stop and want to pick it back up, is instead of getting overwhelmed with, I got to do all this weekend, is just time block an hour a day, 3 days a week, and then just get through that, right? Because consistency gives you results, and no matter what we do. But you don't need to be like 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. I mean, if you're busy, it looks like you might have a job, then just trying to time block an hour a day, 2 days a week, and in a month, maybe you're up and running. You know what I mean? So my advice to you is just slow is a speed, but consistency builds businesses. So be consistent with your learning curve. Whether it's an hour a week, then it's an hour a week. Does that make sense? But jump back in, man. Let's go.
I need a mentor.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm your macro mentor, but look, here's what I'll tell you. What city are you in? What state?
I'm in Florida.
Okay, cool. Look, one of my biggest pet peeves, and I'm not saying you're doing this, I'm kind of macro coaching to everybody here who's on the call, is everybody needs a mentor, right? Everybody would like a mentor, is what I should. And frankly, if I'd be honest with you, as everyone should get a mentor locally. But the problem is this that I see from fellow students, from students is they make a post, I need a mentor. And then nobody answers them. And then they email me, Mark, I need a mentor. No one answered me. I'm like, well, I wouldn't answer you either. So the point I'm trying to teach you right now in this call is business is about exchange of value. When you realize business isn't a transaction, but it's how can I help you and you help me and let's get together and party. That's about asking a mentor too. So instead of saying I need a mentor, be like, hey, I would love to go over definitions with somebody. Does anybody want to role play? Does anybody want to practice the script back and forth? I don't know what kind of job you have right now, but is there something from your job that you could give value to? Like, hey, I'm in sales. Anybody want to do some sales training back and forth? Figure out where you can add value. And then someone be like, you know what? I would love some sales training. Like, oh my gosh, here's my Zoom. Let's Zoom next week. So yes, you should get a mentor. Yes, you should get an accountability partner, but don't just be like, I need a mentor. Does that make sense? Be like, hey, I would love to work with someone locally in Florida about like going over like what's working for you, but let me tell you what I can offer you before you might want to reach out to me.
Okay.
Give value. You know, like I'm a great baker. Maybe if you want to bake treats for your clients, I have the best recipes that are simple and cheap. My point is figure out where you can add value to somebody else. And then don't be afraid to ask for something in return. But too many students be like, I need a mentor. Well, cool. I need $1 million. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's like,
right.
what are you giving in exchange for that? But no, girl, Florida's huge as far as our loan signing system Facebook group. So make sure you jump in there with the ambassador. We have students all over the state. Jump in there and ask if anybody would love to meet up with you. But in exchange for that, I have this to offer. And I think that makes getting business easier too, is when you realize that business isn't a transaction, but an exchange of value, you'll find that business is very easy to get. Too many people overthink what business is. It's not trying to convince something to do something. I think there's benefit both sides. That makes sense?
Yeah, that's great.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Are you glad you jumped on today with me?
Yeah, I am. I really needed to get back into the course and start doing it again, because I was all gung-ho. Did it. And then I took the exam, and then I was just like, oh, I didn't get the score I needed. So I just kind of put it to the side, and life happened. And I was like, okay, I'm really just going to do it part-time. I was making all these excuses, but then you came on live today, and I said, I'm going to jump in and listen. So.
Hey, there's no such things in accidents, girl. So I'm rooting for you. You know, if you need me anytime. And remember, the course is yours forever. So I don't recharge you for that. So it's yours. Get in there. And then if you need me, you know where to find me.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
I think the biggest takeaway from that conversation is, you know, slow is a speed. There's some of you guys who get discouraged because you haven't finished the course in 3 months. Okay, you haven't finished the course in 3 months. Some of you are like, Mark, I've had the course for a year. Cool, get back in it. But remember, consistency gives us results. And anything we do in life, so whether you want to go to the gym, whether you want to be a better spouse, everything is about consistency. But consistency doesn't mean that you need to dedicate 1 hour a day every single day. If you don't have an hour a day, then don't do it. But what I'm telling you is, then what you need to do is put an hour every other day into your studies. Maybe it's an hour once a week, but just stay consistent with that hour once a week. Does that make sense? Consistency gives us results in everything in life. And so if you found yourself kind of pushing the course away, you found yourself watching this video somehow, remember, mortgages aren't going away, man. So do what you do. You're welcome, Sandra. So glad you jumped on. And I'm so glad everybody here. How's everybody doing? Let's go. What an amazing day to be a signing agent. All right, who is next? What up?
Hello, hello.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Okay, cool. Everyone. So first off, I don't know if you're driving. Make sure you pull
I'm driving.
over.
I'm about to pull up. So
okay, good, because I don't want to lose cell phone signal either. All right. So tell everybody your name and where you're from, and let's get into some coaching.
Perfect. Okay, I'm Martina Tasevska. I am from Florida. I own First Class Mobile Notary LLC, and I am so grateful that I find out about you, Mark, and that I followed every single thing that you have said online, anywhere. Like, I follow you everywhere, like social media, LinkedIn, everywhere. And everything makes sense that you say. Like, for me, it just starts unfolding everything, all my hard work and every little effort that I have put, you know, and I have been, you know, like, how do you say, frustrated in a lot of times, you know, with certain escrow and title offices that I would walk in and I don't feel welcome. But I start making the little gifts. I start showing up, you know, like with a big smile and good attitude, and people like it, you know. And I, like, you would be surprised the calls that you would get from the people that you least expect. Like, you know, maybe the people that will chit chat, they may not ever give you business, or they may give you just 1 or 2 times. But the people that are like always busy, obviously, yeah, they're busy, they don't have time to talk, they would call you several times. And for me, and I'm so grateful for everything, I'm getting a lot of referrals. Today I just had somebody, you know, I asked if they found me on Google, Yelp, or whatever, because I also advertise myself for general notary work. And
well, you're breaking up a little bit. I'm so proud of you. I can teach the X's and O's. I just can't teach effort. So I'm proud of the effort you've put in the business. This is a coaching moment. Oh, looks like you're breaking up. Dang it. Okay, log back on. Wow. Well, I mean, the first thing I want to talk about what she said, and I hope this inspires some people out there, is, you know, you never know who you can get phone calls from. The people that seem to be rude and blowing you off are the ones who are calling you for business. Remember, some people are rude and blowing you off. What it feels like it is just, they're not blowing you off. They're just busy. And busy is good. That means they have business to give you. And so when she was talking about, like, look, some of the people who chit chat are the slowest ones. That's why they can chit chat and they don't give you any business, because they don't have any business to give you. But sometimes those rude escrow officers aren't being rude. They're just busy. Busy means signings. Signings means opportunity. So your job is just to stay consistent, like she is, consistent with the follow-ups, consistent with showing gratitude. And you'd be surprised, like she said, who will give you the business. So make sure you keep following the system, and let's go. All right, who do we got next? Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Okay, so what's your name? Where are you from? And let's get going.
Chantal, I'm from Hilo, Hawaii. I was on a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. I connected you with Miriam, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You have a little bit of background noise, by the way. I'm not sure what that is.
My husband is working.
All right, cool. So you connected with Miriam, I hope.
Yes.
Okay, she's amazing, right?
Really, yes.
Yeah, so, okay, cool. So talk to me. So one-on-one coaching, Hawaii in the house.
So I had a question on how you balance everything. How do you balance work? How do you balance home with the kids? How do you balance, housework? How does that go for you?
Well, I'm gonna be very honest with you. And you know how it's the only way that I roll.
Yeah.
The honest truth is this. When you're scaling your business, it's tough to balance.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth. When you start getting your clients in, let's say 6 months to 12 months, that's when real balance comes. And that's for every signing agent. And I think the best thing to understand is, in the beginning, you should time block the best you can. But the truth is, the matter is, sometimes you're going to need to be available when your borrower or your client needs you.
Yeah.
And that is just me being as honest as I can. But the good news is, this business is really easy to get into a flow once you have the signings under your belt and once you have the relationships. Because once you have the relationships, you can literally tell them, like, oh my gosh, it's my daughter's recital tonight. They're like, girl, don't work. I want you to go to your job. But you got to kind of create the relationships. And so once you get to the relationship maintaining phase, then it's really, truly easier to have life-work balance. I would be being dishonest with you and not genuine, that when you're in the scaling part of your business, the work-life balance really isn't there, because you always got to be available. You got to show, you got to market whenever you can. Because look, in order to get business, you need clients. And if you don't have any clients, you should be out networking every single night if you can, whenever time permits it. But what I would say is, to a scaling signing agent, is that, the best thing to do is time block, like family time. Time block moments that you can say, no matter, as my phone rings, I'm dedicating this 2 hours or 4 hours on a Saturday to my family, and just stick with those time blocks. But in the beginning, it's going to be a little chaotic, and that's just the honest truth. And the signing agents who understand that there is a light at the end of the tunnel tend to work a little bit harder, quicker, because they want to get to the work-life balance that exists 12 months, 6 months down the road. Does that make sense? So I think in the beginning, time blocking family time is going to be a very important thing to do. But understanding that when you time block, it needs to be dedicated to your family, because that I'm running around like crazy during the week, because those are prime marketing hours. But what I'm going to tell you is this: the light at the end of the tunnel is when you create relationships. They will not want you to work when you have things pop up. I will have clients who would literally be like, Mark, do not take this signing, because you told me last week that you have to go on vacation. Go on vacation with your family. So when you get to the business building part, it's really about our business maintaining part. They're going to want you to take time off. They're going to want you to time block. In the beginning, it's all about just working and figuring out where you can time block friends and family. Here's what I will end with, though, okay? Is I do not want you working without vacations. Mental health is as important to building a business. So you should never be scared of, like, taking, doing a long weekend, taking a week off.
Yeah.
But it's also understanding, when you get back, I'm still in the scaling part of my business, and having very open dialogue with your family. having very open dialogue with your friends. Like, look, I'm building this business, man, and I just, in the beginning, I might need a little bit of support, that I'm going to be running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And so I think the key to work-life balance as a scaling signing agent is having really open, honest dialogue with our family and friends, and just being like, look, because I'm going to a networking event doesn't mean I don't love you. It doesn't mean that I don't want to spend time with you. It's just, I got to make sure I'm focused in the beginning, because I want to get to the point of maintaining sooner than later. And so I think it's having open dialogue. Like, for honestly, with my wife, when we first started dating, I let her know, like, look, I work a lot of evenings. It's not that I don't want to spend time with you. I don't want to spend, but it's just having the open dialogue. But, you know, my goal is to have a signing service and to step back and not work every weeknight. And so, and then as I started building out really deep relationships, I would tell her, like, look, you know, maybe we start doing Wednesday night. And she, by the way, is commenting down below. She is watching this as we speak, so she knows that I'm being very honest with this. But I think that, you know, she was more apt to go on this adventure of dating me, because I was very open with dialogue and say, look, you know, I work 5 days a week at nights. I will take time off for weekends. I'll take time off to do date nights. But this is kind of what I'm signing up for right now. And so I think open dialogue is a real key as a scaling signing agent. Does that make sense? And then once you get to the point where you want to be, then it's easy to take off time whenever you want.
Right. Got it. Makes sense.
Was that kind of helpful?
Yes, very helpful.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, girl. And I'm going to try to connect you with a few more Hawaii ins.
Yes.
But girl, keep doing what you're doing, and keep the metal pedal to the metal, and know that it will get, the light is at the end of the tunnel once you start maintaining those relationships.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, go get them. Bye.
Bye.
I think as a scaling signing agent, it's understanding that communication is key on what the adventure you're about to embark upon, the journey of you going into a new business. I might be a little bit less available for evenings with you, but it's because I'm trying to go out and go to networking events. So I think if you understand that key is importance, communication, is important to the business, I think you're gonna be fine. Okay, cool. I got time for one more. Hi.
Hello.
Oh.
I have to pull over because I'm driving. It was the only time that I had to like connect with you.
Well, I'm appreciative, by the way. How you doing today while you're pulling over?
Hello.
Okay, cool. So tell everybody your name, where you're from, and let's get into conversation.
All right. So my name is Jessica. I am from Rhode Island, up in New England. You've already answered a lot of the questions that I had with other people, but I still wanted to stay on in case you have any other like little tidbits that might help out. So I am brand new. My intention when I first started this was to do the signing services for a little bit to kind of get, you know, some experience, boost up my confidence before I go direct. And then I just found out after the fact that I am in an attorney state. So now I kind of have to pivot my whole thought process in order to make sure that I am successful with it, because I haven't been getting any offers through the signing services. I call them. As soon as I call them, they say, oh, it's already been assigned. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pivot. I'm going to find a new approach. And I said I should go direct before waiting for all of these, you know, for the experience. So my question for you is, my goal this week is to finally start going into attorneys' offices and to start marketing myself. But what I need help with is, what things should I focus on? What should I be saying right now that's going to catch their attention, since I don't have that experience?
Okay. Couple things that I heard. First off, I'm so proud of you. I can't teach effort, man. And you're doing everything in the system I'm asking of you, calling the signing age services up. What I would tell you, though, is don't forget to end with A. If you have any other signings where I live, I'd love to be marked preferred. Don't be so, because sometimes, remember, they might have signings in your area again, and then so don't forget to ask them to be marked preferred. You don't get what you don't ask for. So just because it's gone away is not a lost opportunity, is my point. Okay. So the next time, like, hey, okay, great, you let that go. You signed this to somebody else. I'd still love to work with you next time we sign in the area. Here's why. Okay, go through the script. Okay. Number two is what I want to make sure that you're understanding here, and I'm going to get to your question in a second, but I had a few of the coaching moments that I wanted to give you. Okay, is remember the signing service sees you have 0 signings under your belt. So when you call them, they pull up your profile. They're like, okay, cool, you have 0 signings. So they may be blowing you off by saying they assigned to somebody else. So don't forget to continue with your elevator pitch. continue to be like, this is why you need to hire me. I understand the importance of funding conditions. Go through the script so they realize that, you know, training can take the place of experience, which kind of leads me to the next point I'm going to make to your question. Is the same thing. When you're talking to a realtor, a real estate attorney, a title office, by the way, you should be hitting up all of those, not just real estate attorneys. It's explaining to them through conversation that you understand what you're doing. The moment somebody asks you how many signings you have under your belt is the moment you failed to show your training surplants experience. Does that make sense? So ideally, no one ever even asks you if 0 signings direct, because you've explained, I understand funding conditions, I understand the importance of showing up on time. I'm trying not to give away the script, okay? So I keep repeating the same things.
No, write the script over and over and over.
So the point of the script, though, is to show that you understand how the industry works. You understand that it makes you sound like you have experience because you've taken training to make you understand those points. So that's what you say. And so remember, whether you're talking to a signing service who told you I have already assigned it, don't forget to ask them the mark you preferred, but then still go into your pitch. Still being like, look, here's why you need to trust me. And remember, I'm bouncing back and forth. When you're calling the signing service, don't be afraid to talk about the elephant in the room. Like, look, I know you see 0 signings. So let's just talk about that. I have 2 certifications. I have the NNA and the LSS certification. I understand, go through the script. And then they may be like, okay, cool. Because remember, what they're trying to filter out are the signing agents who only paid for the NA certification and done nothing else, right? They only spent $70 and don't have really any training, and they're trying to filter those ones out. So you have to understand, you have to make them see that, no. I get what you're trying to do here. You're trying to filter the signing agents who don't take their career seriously. So let me explain to you why you need to give me the opportunity. So don't just stop at like, oh, I've assigned it. Keep going down that path. Same concept with direct business. What makes you special is that you understand the industry, right? And so your job is to explain that to them. And then if they get to the point of like, hey, tell me how signings you have in your belt, that's a key learning moment of like, okay, cool. I need to get better, more fluid at the script. The first couple times you say the script, girl, you're going to bumble. That's okay. But it's fine. It's all part of the process, right?
Even people that I couldn't accept it, I had to like decline them. I called them too. I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry I wasn't able to take it, but I'm just giving you because, you know, go into it. So I've been doing that. I think more specifically, my question would be like, so when I'm going into these offices, right, what things right now would be buzzwords for them? Like, what kind of packages are we going to be seeing a lot of right now? Like, what things can I focus on to really, really master it in my mind to understand it well enough that when I go in and I speak to them, they're going to be like, oh, she knows what she's talking about, and I have a ton of refinances coming in right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. So there's 2 things I'm going to say right now. The first is I want you to get, when you market direct, it's less about buzzwords, and it's more about understanding that you're there to serve them. You're there to be a team member.
Okay.
Those are the buzzwords. Okay. The buzzwords aren't, I have $100,000 of E&O insurance. I don't miss signatures. I don't cause funding conditions. Those are important to relay, but those aren't the buzzwords. The buzzwords is like, look, you might have a notary in office. I get it. But you know what? If they can't head out at 9 o'clock at night, I'm your girl. You know, you might have a notary in office, but look, I just want to be another added resource in case the notary in office is booked, is, you know, has a 12 o'clock and they can't do a 12:30. I'm more here to make sure that I service you in case of need than anything else. And here's why you should think about me in those case of needs. And so it's real. The buzzwords is understanding that they have a business they're running and you're trying to help them with that business. Does that make sense? And communicating that. That's the buzzword. Because a lot of notaries will come in and just be like, I want signings from you. Versus like, look, you got a business you're running. If you need any help with some last minute appointments, you know, if you need someone to drive across the state, you need somebody to, you know, look, I know you probably have a notary in house, because remember, attorneys have notaries in house. They usually have one. And so if your notary in the house is booked, I want to be the backup in case, you know, you have 2 people coming in at 3 o'clock, and showing that you understand, A, that they already have a notary, and understanding, B, that, you know, there's going to be moments that they're in a bind and you want to bring value to them. Those are the buzzwords. That makes sense. And so when you walk in, it's like, look, It's like, look, you probably have a notary in house. They're amazing. They're great. But look, you want to need to send a notary 9 o'clock across town. I'm your girl. That is making you show them you really get it. Does that make sense? Like, look,
yes.
you know, by walking in and pretending like they don't have a notary doesn't make it sound like you get it, right? It's like, look, you're probably a notary in house. They're probably amazing. But look, they can't always be at every single appointment. If you don't want to send them at a 7:30 because somebody can't come in the office because they got a job, I'm your girl. You know, just in case. I know you have someone's great. Again, I just want to be a backup in case you ever need me, and I want to be a service of your business. That takes the walls down, defenses out. Those are the buzzwords. You're there to serve them, and then they need to know that you know what you're doing, and that's the script. Does that make sense?
Got it.
Okay, cool.
Yes, absolutely.
And you know, I hear someone who is ready to hit the ground running. So what I'm going to tell you is, don't forget about networking events. Someone like, when I have a student like you who's not afraid to walk in, network events are probably going to be the easiest way to get a point at point B. Because when you walk into a network event, the conversation's the same, by the way. It's like, hey, what are you here for? I want to help your business. Well, how can I help your business? Well, you know any real estate attorneys in town you can refer me to? It's an easier back door, because someone like you who's not afraid, network events are 9 out of 10 times the easier way to backdoor into a realtor, into a title office or realtor's office. Because, I mean, you have a beautiful smile, your energy is phenomenal, and you have the attitude, which is, I got to build this bad boy. So hopefully that was helpful today.
That was very helpful. Thank you so much. I'll start looking at those networking events. It's been on my list of things to do, but I've started reaching out to real estate agents that I know. But that was before I found out I was in an attorney state. So that is exactly what I was looking for, kind of how to pivot and, you know, get my mindset on being in an attorney state. So thank you so much.
And don't forget, we have an attorney state only Facebook group. So you can network with other Rhode Islanders, other attorney state students who go through the same thing. That's a free resource, first module in the course. We literally have like 4,000 attorney state students. So you guys all experience the same conversations. That's why I bunched you together. Having a Rhode Island group kind of wouldn't bring you value, but putting you in with New Yorkers.
Yeah, we're so small.
and North Carolina people, all the same conversations. You're targeting the same people. So don't forget to jump in. Cool?
Cool.
So,
Will do.
So glad you're here, girl. Bye. I think that was a great, great day. Oh my gosh. So let me end with this. You're amazing. Don't ever freaking forget it. Remember that building a business is all about understanding that you might fall down, but you're going to get back up. Every part of this journey is about figuring out what works and what doesn't work. Repetition's the mother of learning. Experience is our best teacher. I believe in you, but I just can't believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Have an amazing week. Let's go. Bye.